What's up, YouTube? It's Groovinator from RaidersLostFlix.com. Please subscribe to my channel. Every time you don't subscribe to my channel, God kills a kitten. And the internet loves kittens. So quit killing kittens. Subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Just push the button. Subscribe. Do it. Do it now. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Groovinator from RaidersLostFlix.com. How you doing? I just got back from seeing Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And I gotta say, it was pretty awesome. I had a pretty good time, but it split me in two because the 5-year-old me was like, "Oh my God, the monsters are so cool, so great! Oh wow, wow, wow!" And then the adult's like, "Well, things," because there's a couple of things that keep the movie from being great. You probably already know what they are, and that's basically the script. The script is it's pretty bad. It's seriously like some first draft bullshit. You know, it just, they had to find a way to get all of the monsters together so that they could fight each other, and that's fine. But I just think that maybe they could have done it a little bit more clever. Although I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Anybody that's ever seen an Asylum movie ever in your entire life, there's a trope that I'd like to address that I don't ever hear anybody doing in other videos, and that's one thing I can't stand about monster movies is when you have a bunch of actors sitting around in a room, all right, staring at monitors and shouting expedition. And somebody says, "Hey, somebody get Pentagon on the horn. Get Pentagon on the hook or on the horn." Does anybody even have a horn nowadays? You know.
Get me 2nd Battalion, 25th Marine Division. Get me the SEALs. Get me the 2nd Tank Battalion, and get me some artillery ready to mobilize now.
It's so bad. You ever seen Atlantic Rim? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun, though. I think it paid a lot of respect and homage to the monsters themselves. And another thing I do have to give it credit for is that this movie does definitely give you what you saw in the trailer, which is kind of one of the things that I'm always griping about is, you know, you go see these movies and the trailer is not even remotely reflective of what the actual movie is. You know what I mean? It's like you see, like, the trailer's cooler than the movie. If anybody that saw Hellboy recently, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The trailer is way better than the movie it belongs to. Okay, so this movie here, if you liked what you saw in the trailer, you're gonna love this movie. Seriously, it's like you know, these monsters, these classic monsters like Rodan, Monster Zero, King Ghidorah, I think is the name, King Ghidorah. That's like supposed to be like this big reveal, but people that have ever watched a monster movie in their entire life know that that's not really like some gigantic secret or anything. King Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, they all show up, and they're all MVPs in this movie. I mean, you know, and Godzilla, it's definitely his movie, you know what I mean? It's not like he's just, you know, shoveled in at the last minute or taking a back seat to all these other monsters. He's definitely still the big man on campus, and when he shows up, it's like, "Rah!" You know, and everybody's like, "Wow!" You know, so I mean, you know, it's like watching a sports game, you know? It's like you want to watch like some all-star wrestling with monsters. And, you know, that brings me back to the 5-year-old me. I used to watch these movies on, you know, Saturday mornings. They used to have these on, you know, Svengoolie and things like that when I grew up in Chicago. The Godzilla movies would be on, and be Godzilla with God knows whoever he was fighting. And most of the time when, you know, it was the monsters on screen, I'd be glued to the TV set. And then when it was just like people talking, I would, you know, play with my toys, walking away, waiting for the monsters to come back on the TV, watch them, you know, growling at each other and fighting and, you know, slam dunking and doing all of this shit, you know, and everything else. And then I would basically reenact that and break my arm later. So that was a thing. But yeah, so this is a good movie. I think that they at least had the people doing stuff. You know, I mean, they were still, you know, talking to monitors and you know, shouting exposition, but they still at least tried to have them do stuff. So I'll give them that much more credit. But as far as really being any attached to any of the characters, other than Kurosawa, I just, they're just there. I mean, I like Millie Bobby Brown just fine, but she's just there. Via Farmiga, sorry if I butchered that name, I butcher everybody's name, but Via Farmiga, she's just there. I mean, she's a plot device, nothing more. There's mass destruction, but it's not to the point to where it's just like disaster porn. It's definitely everything that's like a stage for, round one, fight, if you know what I'm talking about. So I think it's worth going to check out. But like I said, the two things that I had that kind of took me out of it was basically the some of the stupid things that humans do relating to the plot. It's just batshit crazy. Like, really? You're just okay, so we're gonna do that and then we're just gonna move on. All right, movie, whatever, I'm with you, so, and then, the acting, you expect more from some of these actors and actresses, but that goes back to the script again. I don't think they really had much to work with. It felt like some first round bullshit. So I have to be an adult, I have to say that those things might be somewhat of a distraction, but if you're going for the monsters, you're not going to be let down. I think it's absolutely worth your movie ticket. So, as you know, I grade everything on a cheese curd scale, all right? Here's the scale right here, showing it up on the video. I'm going to put it somewhere on this screen. Basically, I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5. Like I said, those two things took it back just for the lack of acting and the bad script. All right. Other than that, it would have been a perfect score. But if you're going for the monsters and you want to see them in their glory, I think you'll be perfectly satisfied with this movie. I would definitely recommend it. So check it out. Hope you guys have a good time today or tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm just a few subs short of 200, trying to get there so I can have a live stream, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to have some guests and whatnot. I've got some other news coming down the pike once these things get solidified, but can't really say anything right now. But yeah, if you guys saw Godzilla, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think critics were overly critical on this? Are you on the fence about seeing it? What would tip you over the edge to get you to go see it? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section. You guys have yourselves a groovy day, and this is the Groovinator signing out.